interview recently with a YouTuber, and he basically said what was essentially meant that the Zionist regime, this movement, this entity, is being toasted. Now we'll talk about that in a second more in details, and I'll play the video so you can have a listen yourself. But let's see how these people in Israel, they are reacting at the moment. So calling Netanyahu the Jewish is like saying halal pork or kosher pork. The entire idea of Netanyahu contrary to the Jewish faith. And I appreciate a lot of the Jewish brothers and sisters coming forward denouncing this Zionism and its entity's existence, and they're distancing themselves from it. But not the case with everyone. Take a look at this guy, this scumbag. This guy, he is actually mocking the people of Gaza because they're not getting water, they're not getting electricity, and this guy is just mocking them. What a mentally sick retard this guy is. But this is how they are now reacting. Some of them, not all of the Jews, but some of the Jews, this is how they're celebrating a genocide in their own country. And this guy, if you do not know more about him, this is just a scumbag, a Zionist scumbag. I do not want to even find out his name and make him famous. But you get the point. If you see this kind of people, you already know how bad, how evil these people are. Now, I mean, this guy is evil, okay, so, but there is this another one, okay, and this person even far worse than the one you just saw, and this guy is this one. So basically, this guy, if you take a look at what he is saying, he is alluding that the Shifa hospital, all of these hospitals should be completely demolished, should be completely destroyed. Why? Because as long as these hospitals remain, there will be children who he calls terrorists. Take a listen.
אני זוכר את הרצי מתגאה בפשיטה שלו על שיפה. אז הוא תפס במחלקה, לא זוכר, האורתופדית, נניח 150 מחבלים והרג אותם. ובאותו רגע במחלקת יולדות נולדו 300 מחבלים. 300. למה? כי אם אתה לא
ילדים, לא מחבלים?
כן, מחבלים. למה?
לא, ילדים.
לא, אז הילדים הללו...
Even the interviewer, who is a Jew, to me looks like he is disagreeing with this guy's genocidal maniac tendencies, and he's saying, no, these are children, these are not terrorists. But again, this guy, his name is Helvi, Amit Helvi. He's from the Netanyahu's Likud party and a Knesset member who believes that there should not be any Al-Shifa hospital, there should not be any hospital, because once you destroy the hospital and you kill those terrorists, the Hamas, the resistance movement, then in that hospital there will be another 300 children or terrorists will be born. So this is the mentally sick, this is the level of pure evilness that exists among us on earth, unfortunately, but it is so true. How often they get noticed? Well, very less. I mean, take for example the British government, the British newly formed Labour Party, their hypocrisy. So you can see here they're taking active part in this genocide. The British spy squad, they're assisting Israel as it bombs Gaza, and you can see these are the spy, or these are the military personnel, or these are the spy squad members in Gaza from UK helping the IDF terrorists to conduct this genocide. And we have known this for a very long time. We do not have to give you so many references. From the very beginning of this war, or I should call this a genocide, they were helping the Israeli government with military weapon and plane, fighter jet, you name it, they will all have it. Now, when we talk about, Keir Starmer, we see his hypocrisy, and I mentioned about his hypocrisy in my last video, and how, actually not hypocrisy, how blatantly he supported the Zionist entity, and he refused to call a complete stop of the genocide by not cutting the electricity supply of water and the fuel and all that. He said that is something Israel can do, and they have the right to defend themselves. But here you have this guy who spoke so vociferously when it was about Ukraine and Russia. So this is what he tweeted. Attacking innocent children he was talking about Ukraine and Russia. The most depraved of actions, the most depraved of action. We stand with Ukraine against Russia aggression. Our support won't falter. And when it comes to the people of Palestine, where is he? He is nowhere to be seen. So when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, oh my God, he will pour his heart out for the people of Ukraine, for the children of Ukraine. But the same person has a double standard when it comes to Gaza, people of Gaza, the children of Gaza. And this is what is happening right now on the ground. Do you know what else is happening? Yeah, they're building this cemetery to bury all the Israeli soldier, and this is being done by Hezbollah. So let's take a listen. Hezbollah burned the entire north. We no longer have a place to go. You should not have any place to go. The Zionist monsters, they should not have any place to hide. But when you mess up with the wrong people, the wrong army, I mean, you have seen what happened to you when you messed up with Hamas. It's almost now how many months? Almost a year. You cannot defeat them. Now, somebody posted this one, that Iranian proxy Hezbollah has an arsenal of over 100,000 rockets and precision-guided missiles capable of reaching deep into Israeli territory. Yeah, so when Israel talks about attacking Lebanon and fighting with Hezbollah, they need to keep these things into account, because Hezbollah and Lebanon, they are no Hamas. They are far worse for Israel than any other entity proxy they have ever fought. And Scott Ritter, he made it absolutely clear that they are going to lose. The Israeli government is going to collapse and is going to destroy, is going to fall. Let's take a listen at this video.
In particular, Netanyahu's administration falling apart.
Yes. I mean, this war cabinet was a compromise measure to allow Netanyahu to stay in power. The embarrassment that his government suffered at the hands of Hamas when they attacked Israel on October 7th was manifest. And so too was the embarrassment they suffered based upon their response so far. Netanyahu's government has been a failure across the board, but he created this compromise war cabinet that allowed the opposition to have a seat in order to justify him staying in power politically. And this is what it's all about. If you want to break down what's going on between Israel and Hamas and Hezbollah, stop getting the complications of, two-state solution, one-state solution, this, that, and the other thing. It's about Netanyahu staying in power. That's all it is right now.
Absolutely.
And now that Benny Gantz has withdrawn, other members have withdrawn, the cabinet has collapsed. Now he's reformed it because Israel's not a dictatorship. The prime minister does not have exclusive authority to make decisions. There has to be a war cabinet. That's just the way Israel works. So he has to find people willing to sit down with him and make decisions regarding this war. Right now, he's able to assemble people from the far right. They're so bad. I don't know if you saw today, the Israeli spokesperson came out, or the Israeli defense spokesperson came out and said that Israel cannot defeat Hamas because Hamas is an ideology. And so any war that says our goal and objective is to defeat Hamas, it's not a militarily accomplishing. And Netanyahu immediately came out and said, no, I've ordered you to defeat da. And he thought that maybe the military would fire the spokesperson, but the chief of staff came out and said, the spokesperson said that Hamas is an ideology, and we concur. It cannot be defeated.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Netanyahu's lost the military. I mean, the military doesn't support this anymore. You have an opposition figure now, Lapid, who's coming out and saying that Israel needs to stop killing children in Gaza, that we need to apologize to the Palestinians. You're seeing an Israel capable of sustaining Netanyahu break apart. And so I think this is the beginning of the end of Benjamin Netanyahu. The question is he going to take down Israel with him? And if he goes to war against Hezbollah, he will have achieved the destruction of Israel, not just the defeat of Israel, but the physical destruction of Israel.
Absolutely. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu, he lost his military. I mean, the military is having now their own brain. They are not coordinating with each other and not collaborating. as they should. They are just falling apart, disintegrating every single day. And we will see the Zionism coming to end, hopefully, through this, and the aggression, the oppression will stop in the process. But these are just our hopes and prayers, because this is going on for too long and it must be stopped right now.